Hey guys, it's Dave Ossity, and we're here with Skinwalker. This is a game I saw a couple YouTubers play a while ago. I have not seen the whole story, so I actually really liked the graphics in it and the atmosphere. It looked really cool, so it's a pretty short game. I think this is either going to be in 1 or 2 parts. I'm not really sure, but yeah, so I'm still looking for an horror RPG game that I'm going to start pretty soon, maybe this coming week. But anyway, I thought I'd upload this one and give it a shot and share it with you guys if you haven't seen it. So yeah, let's do this. The following story really happened. I saw it with my own eyes. Maybe it didn't happen as I saw it, but more on that later. We were all going out camping, me and 3 friends from the university. Let me introduce my friends. This is Darren. I wouldn't say that he is our group of friends' leader, or actually, I would. He's the one that always gets us all out of the house and into the action. He's the first one to hit on that cute girl by the bar. He's the first one to jump from the roof into the swimming pool. According to himself, he was even more impulsive when he was a kid. I can only imagine his childhood and how often he must have broken his leg, scraped his knees, and hit his head. Still, if it weren't for Darren, we wouldn't have half the amount of fun we have. This girl is Celeste. We have known each other since we were children. We met each other when she moved into the house next door when I was 7. My mom told me to go show her around the neighborhood, and after that we were inseparable for a few years. She's a nice girl, although her health isn't the best. She has some kind of heart problem, which I forgot the name of. This forced her to be away from school during extended periods of time during her childhood. Because of this, until we started the university, I was her only friend. Still, she never complained, and I've always seen her as a positive, happy girl. Next is me. I'm Joe, and as the name implies, I'm pretty normal. I don't have any overwhelmingly bad qualities, but on the other hand, I don't have any overwhelmingly good ones either. I live in this apartment, a short walk from my university. This is where us 4 friends usually gather before going out. This guy here, looking all relaxed on my bed, is Michael. He's my neighbor, living in the apartment next door. One day, while I had Celeste over, he just barged in.
"Hey man, your place looks pretty nice. Mind if I join you for dinner?"
he said. As you can imagine, he's pretty pushy. I don't think he realizes it himself. He came over several times after that day. After that, we somehow naturally became friends. So, one day, Darren came with the idea that we should go camping. That tree has a face, so it's not a good idea. Darren said his family had a cabin a little bit into the forest. So, camping we went. It could be fun, right? Of course, me, Michael, and Celeste disliked the idea of staying in a cabin. It's a camping trip. We have to sleep in the wilderness, so Darren told us about the woods near the cabin. I don't remember much about the trip to the cabin. We joked around, took a few breaks, normal stuff. Either way, we drove up to the cabin and left the car there. We took a short break in the cabin and set out into the wilderness. We went pretty far in. I can't say how far in distance exactly, but it took several hours to get to where we set up camp. The first day we just screwed around and nothing abnormal happened. But then... Okay, so I can move a cooking pot. I need water to cook anything. Okay. Darren's asleep. No need to go into the tent right now. Did you sleep well last night? I guess. It's our fireplace. I need to gather some wood if I want to make a fire here. Okay, well how am I okay?
Morning there, or should I say good afternoon? Fix us some wood for a fire, will you?
Okay. I set out to gather wood for a new fire and water to cook with. Okay, so I have to collect those little wood piles then, I guess. Okay, I'm collecting them already. What is that sound? It doesn't sound like something you'd hear in a forest. So we already got shenanigans. Okay. Just get the water. There we go, a bucket of water. Okay, let's go. Bye. The sound stopped.
My head hurts.
Okay. I should have enough wood to make the fire last a while tonight. Okay. Poured water into the cooking pot. Alright, let's cook something up, shall we? Later that evening, what, do I move? Oh, okay, I didn't realize I could move, so... talk? What the hell is up with this fog? Every time we've been here before, there haven't ever been any fog. Or there hasn't ever been any fog. It's really chilly outside for being in the middle of summer. I guess so.
It's time to go to sleep soon, or we're all out of booze. Guess we have to go back to town tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that 4-hour trek. Maybe we shouldn't have gone so deep in.
Hey, anyone else hear that sound? Yeah, now that you mention it, what is that?
Sounds like something metally.
Metally? Is that even a word? Are you stupid?
Shut up, a-hole. It's a word if I say so.
It stopped. Maybe it was some kind of machine? Nah.
Who the hell would go out hours from the nearest civilization in the middle of the night and start revving up some kind of weird machine?
Who gives a crap? It's probably someone using a chainsaw or something. Let's go to sleep. I'm tired. It's not a chainsaw. I'm sure that was no chainsaw. I wonder what it was. Oh, we're gonna find out soon. Yay! Sleepiness soon overtook everyone. But something woke you up a few hours later in your half-awake state. You stumbled outside the tent. Darren, Michael, Celeste, is that you? The mist is even thicker than before. I can't see much. It can't be them. They're still in the tent. Okay, we're gonna check out the sound. Why can't I run? Okay, I can sprint a little bit, but not very fast. Oh God, what is that? Hello? Michael, is that you? Say something, will you? Who are you? That's not Michael, dude. Whoa, stop right there. I have a knife. We have to run. Crap. Okay, now I can... Let's go. Back to camp, back to camp, back to camp. Hey, wake up. There's something outside the tent. Huh? What? I'm sure there is. Lots of squirrels and crap. Go back to sleep. Hey, is Michael here?
Yeah, I'm here. Why wouldn't I be?
I don't know. The thing outside looked like you. It was probably some animal. I don't think we have to worry about a fox or whatever. Take it easy and go back to sleep. Well, alright then. Maybe it was just some animal. But those sounds... Yeah, we're screwed. A few minutes later. Okay, drop it, whatever that is. I want to sleep already.
It wasn't me.
Me neither. That didn't sound like any of our voices. Well, crap, now I'm never going to be able to sleep. Should we go outside and look? No, probably not.
What if it's some crazy psycho with an axe?
All the more reason to check it out. It's not like the tent is some kind of impenetrable fortress. Seriously, if that was one of you guys, tell me right now. This ain't funny anymore.
Okay, everyone get out together and check it out. I ain't going alone. What the heck is that?
Someone was definitely here. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. Calm down, Celeste. We are 4 against 1 here. It'll be fine.
What if the dude got some kind of weapon with him? I mean, he killed this little critter, didn't he?
Michael is right. We gotta get out. We gotta get the hell out of here. We can't just up and leave. This is the middle of the night. What about our stuff? Screw our stuff. I'm not staying here another minute. Fine, we'll leave, but at least bring the flashlight and some food and water. I think you're overreacting, though. We haven't even seen anyone.
Still, someone or something left this dead creature here. We can't exactly go back to sleep with no worries.
I guess you're right. I'll go get the flashlight. Everyone bring some stuff you think we might need. A couple of minutes later. Alright, let's go. Oh, we're running off to get killed. This is gonna be fun. Probably not. Go this way, or which... I don't think there's another way to go. It's so dark.
At least it's still summer and it's not pitch black.
This fog is really annoying, though.
So we're going back to the cabin, right?
I guess that's the deal. Oh, he's following. Not good. A while later, it became obvious Darren had no idea where we were going. He was swearing and looking all around. We have been walking for awfully long now. Are you sure we're on the right path, Darren? I've walked this path hundreds of times. We're on the right path.
I don't recognize anything from when we were walking to the camp, though.
I said we're on the right path. But as time went on, it became obvious that Darren had no idea where we were. Darren couldn't find the path. Maybe it was the fog, maybe the darkness, maybe something else. Either way, we were lost. I kept looking behind me. I was having that feeling where you think someone is watching or stalking you. I nearly tripped over Celeste when she fell. Help Celeste up? Yes, of course. I took Celeste's hand and dragged her to her feet. It was getting even mistier. If not for the flashlight, I wouldn't have any idea who she was. I recognized that tree. We're getting to the cabin. Again, I had the feeling that something was watching me. My gut was screaming at me that something, somewhere, was wrong. I realized the sound from earlier was back, softer, but still present. I started looking around, panicking. Did a head count, or more accurately, a silhouette count. Me, Celeste, still holding my hand. Darren in the lead. Michael to the left. Who the heck was the guy beside Michael? My grip on Celeste's hand tightened, and I quickened my pace. I thought about shouting out, but was worried. If I did, maybe the thing would turn around and jump Michael or something. I didn't know what to do. I ran my fingers along a knife I brought from camp. Then the cabin appeared out of nowhere. The mist was starting to disintegrate around us. It was easier to make out who everyone was now. I looked at the thing next to Michael. She looked just like Celeste. And the thing whose hand I was holding leaned in front of me. It wasn't Celeste. I should have ran or screamed. My body was clenching up for no reason. The thing turned and walked into the mist. I caught up with the others as they entered the cabin, practically in tears. They couldn't find the car, and we were arguing about where we put it. I told them what I saw. Obviously, they didn't believe me. Still, everyone hurried inside and locked the door.
He followed us here.
He really wants something from us. He doesn't seem to have anything to break down the door with, though. What the hell does he want with us?
Hell if I know. Ask him.
Okay, so I don't know what to do. Nothing useful inside. So she's breathing quite heavily. Okay.
It's a sturdy door. It'll be alright, won't it?
Maybe. We're safe here. It's cool, man. Okay. Did he go away? Maybe. Crap, the bastard hit the breaker.
But he can't get in, right?
Yeah!
Celeste.
He is just trying... He's just trying to scare us. Take it easy. I don't know. There's nothing out the window. A couple of books and board games. She seems to be hyperventilating. It's alright, Celeste. The door is locked, and it's the only way in. We're safe here. No response. Okay. What now? A very simple kitchen. Ooh! Who is that? Okay, so he's still outside. We're safe here. It's cool, man. I don't think so. I think we're kind of in a lot of trouble. But that's just my opinion.
You saw something looking like me?
Yeah, I did. Better not touch it. Okay. Fireplace. I don't have any matches, though. Fuel for the fire. Okay. Suddenly, a strong sense of nausea hit me. There was something in the air. I could feel the horror overtaking me again. Whoa, what's going on?
I don't feel so good.
What, are we all gonna die in here, or what? What's going on? Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? What's going on? Everyone's out for the count? Get up. Okay. Better not touch it. What do we do? Okay, so she's going... Nothing useful. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to lie down. I couldn't sleep, and I couldn't have, even if I could. I just wanted to rest. I waited for the world to stop spinning. I looked out a window. There was someone in the tree. I stared back, not able to register what was going on. I quickly pulled the blinds down. Celeste came through the door. She looked pale and disheveled. I dragged her to the bed and laid her down. She was gasping for air, as if something was suffocating her. Eventually, her breathing became more regular. I asked where the others were. She shrugged. The room had stopped spinning a bit, but I felt far from good. Suddenly, a voice could be heard from the locked door. What was worse, though, was that it was Celeste's voice. "Let me in! Let me in! God, let me in there!" Immediately, I pulled my knife and placed it at the Celeste lying in the bed. Her eyes grew wide with shock and alarm, but they could have been faked. "What are you doing? No, I'm the real one. The one out there is the imposter." I was kind of in a trance, unsure what to do and staring down at her. Maybe I would have stabbed her if the voice at the door hadn't changed into some low, deep, guttural voice. Then it became high-pitched, like a little girl's. I pulled my knife away. I snapped out of the trance. Now the nausea was returning. I got to the door and opened it. There was nothing there but a trail of black liquid. Okay, so... Suddenly I got this feeling that it might not be the best idea to go outside. Okay, fine, don't go outside then. I decided not to go outside. Okay, let's stay in here, try to figure something out. Suddenly I got this sinking feeling in my stomach, like something was seriously out of place. I couldn't place the reason, but I would soon find out. What? Celeste was dead, lying in a pool of blood on the floor. It looked like she had been shot. Panic started flowing through every vein in my body. Everyone's dead? Recently shot to death. Darren was lying on the floor. I could see the wounds from the shotgun. Michael was lying on the floor, shot to death. How I know he was shot to death? Just a feeling. Suddenly I realized, was there really someone outside? No. The shotgun, how tempting it had been. I had been looking for the right moment for a long time. The right moment for what, you ask? Why, the right moment to kill my friends. Obviously, what else? The shotgun. Oh, how tempting you had been. I just had to do it. Always taking me for granted, those bastards. Just because I'm nothing special. This should teach them not to mess with me. What? That's the bad end? Okay, so I got the bad ending, and I'm gonna go through really quick, and I think there's two other variations of the game. So instead of picking up Celeste, who we now know is not Celeste, we're gonna say no and see if something different happens. She shook her head and got to her feet. The ground was getting muddy. Oh, interesting. Okay, so if you don't choose to pick up the girl, Joe's dialogue changes. I didn't notice this, but so we're telling Darren to shoot whatever's through the door. So shoot now. Nobody said a word for what felt like an hour. Finally, Michael slowly walked towards the door and opened it. What they saw sent them all into shock. It was Joe. The Joe inside the cabin started laughing. Silently at first, then louder and louder until everyone had to cover their ears. That was when everyone realized they had made a mistake. The Joe outside the door was the real Joe. Wow, okay. So if you don't pick up Celeste, you turn out to be the Joe that goes inside the cabin turns out to be the evil Joe. That's interesting. So in both cases, Joe turns out to be evil in both bad endings. So now I think I'm going to go and try to get the good ending. At least I think I know what the good ending should be. Okay, so basically if you choose to hold Celeste's hand and take her across, now we're going to exit the building and see if anything better happens. I don't know, maybe we're supposed to kill the monster. If you don't probably if you don't kill the monster, you become it or whatever in the storyline. So suddenly I got this feeling that it might not be the best idea to go outside. We're going to go outside. The thing was nowhere to be seen. Just as I was turning around, I took a look at the roof. There it was. It was close to a corner, about to turn. It looked like an albino male with really long limbs. He had fingers instead of toes, and all 20 of them were elongated. He was facing away from me. Suddenly the head swiveled 180 degrees and stared at me. I started choking up. As if suffocated, it was hard to breathe. The thing opened its mouth, slowly and deliberately. I thought it was going to devour me when its tongue snaked out. And on the tip of the tongue was my face, like a tumor. Eyes closed, lips upturned into some psycho smile. There's a legend somewhere that when you see a doppelganger, you die. I thought of that legend. But then the creature rounded the corner, and it was gone. I lost it, and followed, vision hazy. My heartbeat suddenly seemed ear-splitting to me. I was stumbling, because my legs seemed unable to coordinate. Suddenly I stumbled forward and toppled down. Once I lay there, face down in the grass, my body just seemed to shut down. I couldn't move. I couldn't even turn my head. There was something dripping on my back. My eyelids seemed heavy and started closing of their own accords. I saw white feet with long fingers for toes step into view. When my eyes opened, Celeste was shaking me. She was on the brink of tears and her voice was cracking. "Get up! Get up! That bastard was in your skin!" My head hurt. I was about to ask her what happened when she started pulling me backwards toward the door. We toppled out and stumbled towards Darren's car, which was parked in a different location from what I remembered. I was glad to be alive. The mist had stopped completely. Celeste was downright crying now. She pushed me into the back seat, and that's when I noticed. I was wearing different clothes from when I lost consciousness. Michael was there, huddled up and face buried in his knees. Some clothes stained with blood were beside him. They were mine. Darren immediately stepped on the pedal, but nothing happened. He swore and did it again. I noticed that Celeste was armed with a shotgun from the cabin. I asked them what was going on. "The thing joined us. He looked like you. We got out of the house and found the car. We were halfway down the road and Michael started screaming." I looked at Michael. He had a glazed-over look in his eyes. "The thing burst out of your clothes and jumped out of the car. Michael had the shotgun. He was firing out the window and we saw the thing run all the way back to the house, at the friggin' speed of light." "It was in my skin?" "Yeah." I looked down at myself. I wondered if I had been possessed or, if worse, the thing had cut off my skin and wore it as a coat. I shuddered at the thought of something crawling around in my skin. I asked Michael if he was all right. "The thing talked to me." I asked about what, and he didn't respond. I realized he was sobbing. The car jolted into motion. Darren fist-pumped as the car started accelerating. I turned back towards the cabin and saw the albino thing standing at the roof of the house, watching us. I shuddered and turned back. Celeste screamed. The thing was in front of the car, on the windshield. It opened its mouth and my tongue face slithered out. Celeste fired the shotgun. The glass shattered and it was thrown backwards. Darren shrieked and I saw blood coming from his face. Something pierced my face and I realized it was glass. The car skidded to a stop. The car doors opened without any discernible reason, and I fell out. The thing lay directly across from me, eyes closed as if it was sleeping. I wished I could close my eyes. Its mouth hung open, and I saw myself again, emerging. I couldn't move or say anything because I couldn't. My face looked at me and started to talk. "I love you. I love you. I love you. I want to be you." It repeated over and over again. It was coming close to me. I wondered if it was going to bite me to death. The thing's eyes shot open, and I realized it was going to kiss me. I managed to regain some control and instinctively twisted back from it. I guess that was what saved me. There was a sound like an explosion, and blood spouted from the thing. Celeste was standing over it. Her face and body were bleeding, and she had this spaced-out, psychotic look in her eyes. She had just fired the shotgun. My face looked directly at me. "I am you," it whispered. She fired again, and I saw my own face begin rotting into nothing more than a skeleton in front of me. The thing's head flowered open. That's the best word I can find to describe it. Its head kind of split and split again, peeling away. I saw faces, lots of them, all on the inside of its head. I think I saw Celeste and Michael's faces. They were whispering something unintelligible. In the center, where the brain should be, there was a single red, cat-like eye that was rotating in its socket. It was producing the mechanical droning sound. Celeste fired one last time. The thing sort of withered away, becoming wrinkled and smaller and rotten, until it just disappeared. Celeste dropped the shotgun. I started twitching and spasming as control of my body returned to me. Eventually, I stood up. We got into the car silently. Darren was bleeding too, but no one said anything. We drove back to the city in silence. We explained away the damaged car as being attacked by some crazy thieves. We had ourselves patched up. Michael was still in a shock-like state. I hear he was like that for a while. When I asked him what he thought of the incident later, he denied it ever happened, with compelling conviction. His eyes looked dead, and he had lost weight. I don't know if he forced himself not to remember, or if he genuinely knows nothing of it. I know what I saw, but I can't remember the exact place. It has been 2 months now. We still refrain from talking about it. If you were expecting some huge twist or something, you'd be disappointed. I still don't know what we met out there. I don't want to know, actually. I still have nightmares about my own face, shouting, "I am you." One thing I do know, though, I am never going camping ever again. And that is the end of Skinwalker. That's a pretty good game, in my opinion. For an indie game that's out there, it's free to play. That is very well put together. It kind of felt like, a visual novel type game, because I know there's games out there like that, where you just kind of play through a story that's being told. It's really good. I like it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm glad I could share it with you guys. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Let me introduce my friends. This is Darren. I wouldn't say that he is our group of friends' leader. Or actually, I would. He's the one that always gets us all out of the house and into the action. He's the first one to hit on that cute girl by the bar. He's the first one to jump from the roof into the swimming pool. According to himself, he was even more impulsive when he was a kid. I can only imagine his childhood, and how often he must have broken his leg, scraped his knees, and hit his head. Still, if it weren't for Darren, we wouldn't have half the amount of fun we have. This girl is Celeste. We have known each other since we were children. We met each other when she moved into the house next door, when I was 7. My mom told me to go show her around the neighborhood. Hey guys, it's Davosity, and we're here with Skinwalker. This is a game I saw a couple YouTubers play a while ago. I have not seen the whole story, so I actually really liked the graphics in it and the atmosphere. It looked really cool, so it's a pretty short game. I think this is either going to be in 1 or 2 parts. I'm not really sure. But, yeah. So I'm still looking for an horror RPG game that I'm going to start pretty soon, maybe this coming week. But anyway, I thought I'd upload this one and give it a shot and share it with you guys if you haven't seen it. So yeah, let's do this. The following story really happened. I saw it with my own eyes. Maybe it didn't happen as I saw it, but more on that later. We were all going out camping, me and 3 friends from the university. And Celeste disliked the idea of staying in a cabin. It's a camping trip. We have to sleep in the wilderness, so Darren told us about the woods near the cabin. I don't remember much about the trip to the cabin. We joked around, took a few breaks, normal stuff. Either way, we drove up to the cabin and left the car there. We took a short break in the cabin and set out into the wilderness. We went pretty far in. I can't say how far in distance exactly, but it took several hours to get to where we set up camp. The first day we just screwed around and nothing abnormal happened. But then... Okay, so I can move a cooking pot. I need water to cook anything. Okay. And after that we were inseparable for a few years. She's a nice girl, although her health isn't the best. She has some kind of heart problem, which I forgot the name of. This forced her to be away from school during extended periods of time during her childhood. Because of this, until we started the university, I was her only friend. Still, she never complained, and I've always seen her as a positive, happy girl. Next is me. I'm Joe, and as the name implies, I'm pretty normal. I don't have any overwhelmingly bad qualities, but on the other hand, I don't have any overwhelmingly good ones either. I live in this apartment a short walk from my university. This is where us 4 friends usually gather before going out. This guy here, looking all relaxed on my bed, is Michael. He's my neighbor, living in the apartment next door. One day, while I had Celeste over, he just barged in.
Hey man, your place looks pretty nice. Mind if I join you for dinner? He said.
As you can imagine, he's pretty pushy. I don't think he realizes it himself. He came over several times after that day. After that, we somehow naturally became friends. So, one day, Darren came with the idea that we should go camping. That tree has a face, so it's not a good idea. Darren said his family had a cabin a little bit into the forest. So, camping we went. It could be fun, right? Of course, me, Michael,